Well, we waited long enough. Okay, thank you for your patience, everyone, in class and in the car at home. Again, I'm Mike. Here I am. It is week 4. Here is my second week in a row because we had some issues at the beginning. That's good. How is everybody? Good.
Good.
Good. Thumbs up. Okay. Cool. So today we're going to talk more about colors. I see the Golden Gate Bridge. That's pretty cool. Got distracted. Today we're going to be talking about colors. We talked about primary and secondary colors last week a little bit. We kind of were playing with different things. But today we'll talk about analogous colors and we'll talk about tertiary colors. Tertiary, analogous. Does anyone know what those words mean? Anyone? Okay. That is A-okay. I barely know what they mean as well. So we'll start with tertiary colors. We kind of maybe accidentally have done this in the past before, but there is a reason for it, and there's a name. So tertiary colors are a primary mixed with a secondary. Okay, so a primary color is, anyone can say, just yell it out. Red.
Red.
Blue.
Yellow. Yellow.
Yellow? Okay, perfect. So those are the primary colors. Secondary colors are green,
Purple.
purple, and orange.
Orange.
Perfect, thank you. So now just imagine, we'll start with, say, yellow. So yellow you could mix with orange. Red you could mix with purple. Blue you could mix with purple. Blue you could mix with green. They can go anywhere. We've all done this in the past, so don't forget you know what to do. Sometimes it gets a little confusing when there's official names tied to what we already do. But just know that a tertiary color is a primary color mixed with a secondary. Okay, so if you wanted to make a yellow-orange, again, you'd mix yellow and orange. If you wanted to make a red-orange, red and orange. So just a primary color mixed with a secondary. Simple. Okay? And now analogous colors, also very simple. Analogous colors are groups of 3 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. Okay? So now what I mean by that, you could have yellow, yellow-orange, and orange. You could have yellow, yellow-green, and green. So any 3, if you went up here, you got 3, red, red, purple, and purple. But you can also go this way, go that way. Okay, so all it means is 3 colors on the color wheel mixed together. Very, very simple. Well, not mixed together, it's a color scheme. Sorry. A lot of people get confused. What's a monochromatic color scheme? They are very similar to an analogous color scheme, but a monotone color scheme is just one color and then lighter values of it or darker values. So you'd have maybe a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. Okay, but with tertiary, it's primary color mixed with secondary. Analogous color schemes are just 3 colors that are next to each other on the wheel. Okay, analogous color schemes work really well with warm or cool colors. Okay.
I
What?
just saw on my what was it? It has red and then purple. It has red, purple, and red, purple on my color.
Exactly. That's perfect. Yep. That is exactly it.
I'll show you.
So, do we all know what color, what warm colors are? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yellows, reds, stuff like that. Think of warm, like heat, fire, sun, stuff like that. Yes. Oh. Okay. And then cool colors. We all know what those are.
Blue.
Blue.
Blue, green.
Yeah. Green
Green.
is kind of a middle. It kind of can go either way.
Yeah, but a lot of people think it's a cool color.
Yep, that is true. So just think of cool colors on this side, warm colors are on this side. Okay, so now what we're gonna do today, let's just hold this up. This is a painting that we did. And now it is an analogous color scheme. Okay. You can see my main color is yellow, and then I went off of that, all right? I should say we went off of that. So we got yellow, there's yellow oranges, there's an orange. Okay. Yeah, there are some darker areas in there. But for the most part, it's these three, the yellow, yellow, orange, and orange. Okay.
And red.
There's not really red in this. Those are more browns and blacks we used a little of. So we kind of added to it, but for the most part, this is an analogous color. Now, when you figure out your analogous color scheme, the best way to do it is to think of your boss color. Think of your dominant color, okay? So basically, if I were to redo this, my boss color, my main color that I'm going to start with would be yellow. And then from there, I would choose, do I want to go two up or two down? Now, if I went towards blue, this picture would look completely different because we'd have yellow, green, green in there. Okay, those are more cool colors. But since we went up towards orange, that shows very dry and warm. It's a warm color scheme. Okay, so it's very, very simple. But the biggest thing adults and younger students have problems with, they kind of forget what they know. They don't trust their gut. Like I said before, sometimes when you have the official name, you know, it's categorized this color scheme as something, people get a little nervous or they forget what they know. They don't trust their eyes. Okay. So when you're starting out with these color schemes, trust yourself. But yeah, so it's very, very simple. Don't worry about it. We're going to start though together. We'll draw this out with pencil, and then we'll use the oil pastels to color them. But we won't just go willy-nilly. We're going to stick with an analogous color scheme. Okay? Or if you want to do a tertiary, you can. But I'd say analogous would be the good way to go.
Are we going to do cool or warm?
It's up to you. Totally up to you. We'll all draw out the picture the same, but you can choose your color scheme. For those of you at home or in front of a screen, it's easier. You can pull up a color wheel that way. In person here, if you have to come up and kind of get an idea of what colors to use, we can do it that way too. Okay? So
I don't have a color wheel.
you can pull it up on the internet. I'm sure it seems like you've got a computer in front of you, right?
It's an iPad.
iPad is like a mini computer.
Sorta.
Sort of. Great. So let's all get to doodling. And we're just going to use shapes. If you want to add, please don't stab your eraser. Thank you. If you want to add anything to it, you can. But with oil pastels, it is harder to get fine details. So keep that in mind. And this is acrylic paint, which basically works very similar to oil pastel. Okay. I'll put this here.
Hey, Mike,
Hey, yes?
can you hold it up to the screen once playing it a picture like close?
Yep. Oh, there we go.
That's great. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I can't see it.
Well, that's okay. We're all just going to be drawing shapes, so just follow along with the shapes. I'm sure a couple people in this classroom can't see it either, right? Maybe someone just nodded their head. Tom nodded his head. It's all right. So we'll draw this out, and as you're drawing, keep in the back of the mind, in your mind, do you want more of a cool color scheme or more of a warm color scheme? Okay. And let's hope my markers work today. Okay, they do. This is very simple. Don't think of them as mountains or bluffs, anything like that. Just think of them as just shapes.
Rocks.
No, not even rocks, just shapes. So you can see my paper. We saw the painting, it's horizontal.
Can't see all of it. Your paper thing.
Yeah. Okay. I would recommend for people in class use this. Okay. And draw lightly because we might have to erase. So I'll start with just a line like that. The bottom of my paper, I'm going to draw it right here. Right here. Okay, so everyone can see that.
Do we want horizontally or vertically?
Horizontal. Take this so I remember what to do. It's been a while since we've done this one. Now this might seem a little weird, but don't worry about it. We're going to start just above the horizon line, come down, and back, just like a sideways V. And you can, if you want, you can erase that part of the line. Doesn't have to be perfectly erased, but you want that overlap. Okay? And when you're drawing and painting, it's always better to draw everything through, even if you're going to have that overlap. A lot of artists, both young and old, they forget that step, and so they try to cram things in, and it usually doesn't look right. So that's why we drew out the whole horizon line and then this sideways V. Remember, it doesn't have to be the exact same size and shape as mine. These are all going to look a little different. If you want more of a round shape, you can. And remember, when we start using the oil pastels, we're going to change this up and add detail, maybe. So these are not your final lines. They're just guidelines. Not married to these, right, Tom?
That's
We're
right.
just dating the guidelines. That one never gets old. All right. So my horizon line and that little V shape meet up right there where my finger is. I'm going to go just above that. I'm going to start adding some squiggly lines. One squiggly line just like that. Now we're not going to get too deep into perspective and proportion. We'll touch on it a little with this picture, but don't get hung up on perfection. Okay, it will show depth though. I can already see depth here. I see things in front of other things, which is good. We're stacking. All right. Good. Cool, cool, cool. Good. Good. Nice. Two more. Ooh, cool. All right, so we need some more, if it helps, more mountains. But to me right now, they're just lines. So I'm going to come up kind of like that. And then I'm going to have more of a flat top. Maybe this mountain just got a haircut. Flat tops are back in, right, Tom? Yeah. maybe
Yeah,
this
I've
is-
seen them.
I used to have steps on the side. I had a flat top. I had a mullet. I had a bat signal right here. That was pretty cool when I was about 10. And I went swimming, and every time I came up from the water, I thought it was going to wash away. Yeah. They used to do Nike swishes in people's hair. They would do all types of goofy stuff,
I think they still do.
but not bat signals.
Not the bat signal.
They had a whole template, so they just put it on the side of my head and took a buzzer. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going down memory lane. So now we'll make some just strange looking bluffs. Maybe that one looks like that. Looks like a weird M. And then maybe one right behind it. We can go.
Looks like a boot.
It looks like a boot. Maybe it's Italy.
A train.
It's a train. It could be. Oh, totally. Yeah, I see the train. Now don't do this at all. But here would be the light. There's the cow catcher. Here's the window. Right? Yeah. Okay. Get rid of that. So, you can add another really little one back here.
I'm already like halfway done.
Pretty happy with that, though. I like that.
Yeah, well, screenshot like what he's got going on right there. So you can copy it.
Welcome, Candace.
This one, I would go straight off the paper. It just kind of looks like you couldn't fit it in, but having it go off the paper looks really sharp. Oh, how's it going? Be right over to help. This one? Get rid of this one. Have it come right off. Okay. Perfect. All right. So, yes. Of course. Yeah. I would draw this part the lightest. I'm just going to indicate where there might be a sun. So I just drew I will draw mine darker, but again, for those using pencil right now, draw this really, really light. Oh.
Are you getting it, Pippa?
Yep,
Okay.
sorta.
Can I see?
Can we see it?
I'm still drawing the rocks, like the weird formation.
Perfect. Ooh, that was a big word. Formations. A lot of syllables. Too many for me to count.
Formation.
Formation. Cool. I'll be right back. That's really good. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So this scene here that I did earlier, it's more of a desert scene. This is still a desert scene. But in the desert, there is still plant life. There are trees and grasses and cacti. More than one cactus. So we can add, we're just going to use a vertical line. Doesn't have to be perfectly vertical, but just add a few. Start with less. You don't want to add a million different little twigs and trunks of trees and then say, oh, I don't like that. So I just start with a couple, and then I'm just going to rough in just with some squiggly lines so I don't forget. Just where I think the leaves and the greenery would be. But again, we'll put in the detail with our oil pastel.
Candace, this is Tom. Are you catching up okay?
And it doesn't matter excuse me, it doesn't matter what type of bush or tree you have. If you want just a dead, it is almost Halloween, a dead scraggly tree, that's fine too. If you want just shorter bushes, that's fine. If you want some cacti, you can do that. So once we get the basics down that we've been doing, you can add some shapes where maybe there would be clouds. Try to avoid this. Do not do this. Okay? Don't do the big traditional, little kid cloud. That looks like a 2-year-old might have done it. Is anyone 2 in here? Yeah, all right. See, she's got the sense of humor. So try to avoid that. Mine looks like a burnt breakfast sausage. I don't know. But again, I'm going to change that shape up with the actual oil pastels. These are just guidelines. Okay.
Candace, are you catching up okay? Okay.
And if it helps,
Mine's look like my cloud looks like a rocket ship.
cool. Can I see that rocket ship? Oh, totally. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Now in this image, right yonder,
Good job, Bentley. Looks good.
Yeah.
that looks awesome. In this image, I'm going to change colors to red just to help you see. This area right here, it's a river or a stream running through this canyon-y area. Now, what we did on ours, we just used horizontal lines because it's a very still moving. It doesn't move very fast, very still. So you can just add some horizontal lines, or if you want, you can add just a couple that kind of follow the shape. Okay? Just as a reminder of when you get with your oil pastels. Yes. Okay. Yeah. 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 If you want to add a bank on the other side, right here, you can do that too. In my image, you can't see that part because we're at a stronger angle. But yeah, you can. I'd say now let's take about 5 or 10 minutes to kind of maybe add little things. You can finalize your shapes a little more if you don't like how kind of abstracty they are. But there's not much to it. You could add another row of maybe mountains right there. Get rid of that. So then now we have a lot of depth of scale. You don't have to, but kind of refine these to make them your own. Because again, this is your art. It's not
Do I have to put in the rocks?
the rocks.
Like formations?
I would keep in some of them, yes. But if you want to take away some, you can do that too. But it does help show nice depth. Okay.
Well, we live like next to Lake Pepin, and when we first was drawing, I thought it really looked like a place that I like to go to. So I was just thinking that maybe if I took away more of the rocks, then it would look kind of like.
Yeah, change it up. Yeah, that sounds fine. You can change it up a little. Don't go too crazy. Use Lake Pepin as your inspiration.
Yeah, we live in Minnesota, but we live like right on Lake Pepin, like in Lake City, which is a town near Red Bank.
Cool. Well, yeah, you can definitely change it up a little, but you don't want to lose too much. But again, make it your own. There's a fine line. Cool. Awesome. I love it. Oh, and this song is just around the riverbank. How fitting. I put on Disney music. I hope no one cares. All right. So I'm going to hand out the there here. Two, 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 two. Good for you.
Do you want to see their stuff?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I was just gonna.
Hey, everybody, can you guys show your sketches, please?
Nice.
Nice.
Very good. These look awesome.
Yeah. That's so awesome.
They're so
That's
fun.
cute, yeah.
I love it.
She's taking some pretty good notes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous. All right. So, in person, who has used oil pastels before? 1.5, 2.5, 3.5,
1, 2,
4, maybe.
3.
And virtually, any oil pastel use? 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. So I'm still going to do a little demo. I'm going to slap it up right here. We'll leave that there. While I'm getting set up, think about your analogous color scheme. Okay? Remember, an analogous color scheme, 3 colors that are touching each other on the white on the color wheel. Okay? Okay.
Is it okay if I were to add a cactus like right here on the bank?
Giving you green light.
Yes, you can add a cactus.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you. This is your art.
Yeah, just remember, this is your art. You are the creative person.
So we're all just, the way I like to think of it, we're all just starting at the same spot. But we're all individuals. We're all at different skill levels. We all are into different things. So again, we'll start at the same spot, and then you can make it your own. Just like we've got more of a lake scene and such and such. So collect those colors. Start with your boss color, your mom color is what a lot of people call it, the mother color. In my case, it would be yellow. And then from that yellow, I moved over to the yellow orange and the orange. So those 3 colors, that's my analogous color scheme for that. Yes.
Can we do yellow, orange, red? Orange.
Yeah, you can go one. So if you are wanting to go one further, you can, okay? Because you can get really in depth. And we just had a question in the back. Can we go from yellow to yellow, orange, orange, and then can we add a little red?
No.
That is A-okay. Or if you start with blue, blue, green, green, maybe I want to add a little yellow, green. That's fine too, okay? But just a lot of people, they'll pick, we'll go back to the yellow, yellow, orange, red, and then they'll add blue. Okay, and that's not what we're working with today. We're just sticking with the analogous color scheme. So, blue, purple, and I'll make a blue purple on there. Like that. Yes. Okay. And now in your kits, you might not find a blue purple or a purple. Well, if you found a blue and a purple, you can make a blue purple by mixing two together. The best way to think about oil pastels, think of them like they're oil paints in a stick. Okay? I used to absolutely hate oil pastels. I didn't get them. And then I read a thing about, I think it was Raphael, not the turtle, the artist. He wanted a way to bring his oil paints with him. I don't know the specifics, but he basically hired some inventor to create oil paint in a stick. Okay? So if you think of it that way, blending, layering, I think you'll enjoy these better. Now, when I use oil pastels, I start with a lighter touch. Okay, I'm going to start with my mother color, which is blue. I'll start with a lighter touch because, again, it's all about layering. Layering. I'll go a little further because I want to make that blue purple. And then I'll add my purple there. But when you start getting to layer 2 or 3, that's when you can start adding a little pressure. And then once you get to that step, once you start getting some product on the paper, okay, then you can, this is where it gets fun. You can start blending with your finger. Okay? And once you start blending, you can come back with some more color. It's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of.
Can you hold that for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Roxanne, did you get it? Okay.
So it does get very messy. It is time consuming, but the results are worth it. You can already see. We got a little schmutz on my finger. So be careful while getting it on your clothes. I'll hand out rags in a minute. But yeah. So I would say start with this river area and then just move on piece by piece, okay? And always remember, keep in the back of your mind, it is an analogous color scheme. So you have that, the mother color, the boss. And from there you add your other color. So my boss is blue. I go to blue, purple, and then to purple. So those are my 3 colors. So it's tougher than it sounds at first, but it's also easier. I'm sure you're all good at coloring. So I would recommend a paper towel or a rag. I'm going to hand out things. I'm going to wander the group right here, see what's happening, and then, yeah, just have fun with it. And there are no mistakes, other than if you get them all over your clothes. Again, I've got blue and purple everywhere. It'll be fine. And I would recommend while you're using these, yeah, it's going to be messy. Don't go to the sink to wash up because it's oil-based.
Those are a good color combination, Bentley.
Okay.
That was good. It's not. Don't wash up in the sink. Just use your rag and kind of, if you just rub your hand on a clean rag, it works. The thought behind that is if you're going to run to the sink every time, when you start working on your art again, you'll just get messy again and again. So a dry rag works best. Ooh, and if your colors get dirty.
Painting up again.
I didn't hear that. Wesley's freezing.
Hold up the paint.
Yeah. We keep losing you, sorry.
I'll type it.
Okay, typing works. If your colors start to get dirty, say you want a nice clean green, on a scrap piece of paper, let's see, I'll show you. So this is all nasty and dirty. Can you see that? Come at ya. Come at ya. Okay? So you just, on a scrap piece of paper, see that number? Okay, ShamWow. ShamWow. Right there, nice and clean. Excellent. ShamWow guy is awesome. Yes, dear.
When I just like this,
Yeah. Oh, and that's fine yet. You can kind of find your own, what works best for you. I like to do a combination of that. Yes, I'm going to hand some out right now. Can I see yours, please? Great start. No,
Could
thank
you
you.
hold up the picture so Wesley's mom can get a picture of it?
A picture of a picture. Great. Classic joke.
There you go. Hey!
Okay, there we are. Whoop.
Hold still.
Hang on, hang on. There we go.
Is it good? All right.
Okay. Another classic prank. All right, you have a towel. A towel, right there, my dear. There. Very well. Such a polite group. Let's see now. This is my favorite Disney song. Yes, no. Anyone knows Beauty and the Beast? Gaston is kind of a doofus, but he's kind of funny too. But he's mean, so. The song is amazing. He eats so many eggs. Yes, sir. All right, so how's it going over here? What are your three colors? Remember, with the analogous color scheme, start with one color, whatever way you want to go. What is your starting color? You want to go blue. You want to run this way? Okay. So what I would recommend, I'm going to get you a different set. For me, what I do, because I do get easily sidetracked. So, you got a blue. I've got purple. You can make that blue-purple with these combined, like I did. Then you want to add a little purple-red. So, grab this red. Okay, so there, 4 colors right there. You just have to mix them. So then what I have to do for myself, I have to keep this all away. Or I get either forgetful, or I'm like, oh, this would look good. But then that defeats the whole purpose. So working with a limited color scheme really makes you get creative and focused. I would say, there you are. So you just keep going with it. It's looking really good to start. Save that for the very, very end. This little stick will take over in half a second. It's very, very hard to get back from. Okay? So I would just start Doing your colors, it takes a long time. It's, I wish I knew where our big ones were. So you want to start, your main color will be blue. Okay. Fine, you have a blue picked out. That's the blue you like, so I'd set that right here.
Hey, Mama.
You want the darker green or you want the lighter?
I don't know if I got like the pastels
You have the lighter.
thing on my
Up here.
alley.
Oh, does it hurt? Take them and wash up.
Why I can't use? Can I use the sink? I don't think I can.
What sink? Like in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wash up in the sink, honey.
Make a
Well-
blue green with those two
I'll put her
together.
in, I'll come back here.
Okay.
And then you want to go all the way to yellow. That will work just fine. That's fine. Yeah. So these will be your main if you want to add a little dark. So, just remember, these are your main. Well, that was a very good choice. There. Kind of, we'll just call it in between. That'll be fine. I can deal with that. All right. What's up? Yeah, the whole picture with those colors. Okay. And at the end, if we have to add a little white or a different blue. Okay. Yeah, that's like that's a little more brown, but that's fine. Yeah, I can deal with that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Well, okay, I think I can color. You want to do green? You can do. Yeah. Well, you got your yellow. You're kind of headed this way. You want to do these three? That sounds good. That'll work. So then what I would say, I'd keep this one up, keep this out, keep this out, and there's your green. Okay, so those are those two. Yep. Now, what I have to do is I easily get sidetracked and I get distracted. So I keep my colors out, the ones that I'm going to use, and I put these to the
It's
side
more for you
so I don't get
to
tempted.
learn.
And now don't get too worried if as you're adding color, things start kind of mixing together and blending. Because it is a lot of back and forth. It's just like painting with acrylic or oil and watercolor. Layers. It's all about layering. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of refining. A lot of people want to paint or use oil pastels, but it's not a 0 to 60 type of deal. It's very slow, methodical. A lot of art is. There's not too many speedy things in art. There.
Sandy Beach right there.
Wesley would like to show you the homework he did using only primary colors. Can he show you
I'd
that?
love to see it. Oh, cool. Very nice. That looks awesome. Did anyone else do any art with just primary colors over the week? Maybe a couple? I'll be right over. Oh, nice. That's okay. Oh, that's cool. That's all right. I know what you're going for, but since it's black and white, this looks like Halloween. It looks like a Halloween scene. It looks very cool. What's up? You want to clean it? Okay. So we need a scrap sheet of paper. Let's use this. So. And put
Did you get the message from Wesley yet?
about seeing his art?
Yeah,
Yes, I saw it.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
There you go. Have some minutes. Here you go.
are you teaching classes in November in the next session?
I probably part, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe, yes. Maybe no. Is that a very good answer or very
No, yeah, she's shaking her head, no.
I'm sure either myself or Jessica would do more classes. So. What music is this? It sounds cool. Does anyone know this music? Sounds Halloween. Oh. From an old Disney Halloween movie. That makes sense. Is anyone in the group doing anything for Halloween? Costumes or anything? What are you going to be for Halloween? I'm going to make my way through. What are we going to be for Halloween? Cool. Anything? Okay. Halloween, nothing? Costumes back here, I heard. A dancing one. Cool. You're going to be Stinko? Oh, steampunk. I know what steampunk is. I don't know what Stinko is. Anything over here? Good dressing. Okay.
Does everybody know what they're gonna be for Halloween?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm gonna be Hermione Granger from Harry Potter.
You already look like Hermione with your hair like that.
Yeah, and I have a baby kitten who's not orange like her cat Crookshanks, but he's gonna be my Crookshanks.
Okay.
All right.
And he's actually very strangely small and has a very pointy nose. So he's the opposite of Crookshanks.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm going to try something.
Bentley?
If this is going to work.
I'm gonna be a builder for my Halloween costume.
Am
That's
I pointing at the right one?
yes.
Okay. Now, Halloween, I'm pointing. Hello?
Ava,
Hello?
what are you gonna be for Halloween?
We haven't bought costumes yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. We
Yeah, try
might buy costumes. I think that Aubrey might want to be her bear like last year.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. Anything, Ma? She's muted. She can't. She's lucky.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I love
fine.
Halloween. We will have a costume, but I don't know yet.
It's kind of weird this year. I agree.
I hope Halloween won't be canceled.
No, you can't cancel Halloween.
Can't cancel Halloween. I'm pointing at Dr. Claw in the shadow over here. Anyone know Inspector Gadget, Dr. Claw? Okay, tough crowd.
Chanda, that's you.
Oh, hi.
What are you gonna be for? Go ahead.
Oh, well, we have this old like
halo and angel wings from a costume I didn't use, so I might just use those in sweatpants and be a quarantine guardian angel.
Cool. I like that. And then I'm pointing to the bottom.
Candace,
That, I'm thinking. Ow.
I'm gonna do clown makeup.
What's that?
could you repeat that, please?
Clown makeup.
I think you said clown makeup.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's dropping.
Dropping. And then I got one more here, my man.
My man Bentley. What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I'm gonna be a builder for Halloween, a costume.
Cool.
Okay.
I used to build. It's fun. I think, was that all?
That's it. You lost some people. Wesley's gone, and
Yeah,
well,
we've got some bad connections today.
yeah, they do.
All right. Well, this is looking good. Okay. So now, on to the next one. What I would say was this. Come back here. Start adding a little pressure. Yeah.
My scene's done. Do you want me to show you?
1 second.
Okay.
Just like that. And then we can come back. Add if you want. You make it purple that way. So it's just a lot of back and forth, okay? All right, let's I'd love to see this art. Oh wow, that's really good.
It looks, yeah. This is like a valley right here, and then there's a bluff behind it, and then there's that little place that we made with all the trees. See?
Yeah, I can see. I can see the you've got nice perspective and depth. So we just used simple lines and we created a lot of story in our work. We want our artwork to tell a story without words.
What did the painting behind that we're basing this off of story? What was story?
Tough crowd. My wife and I painted this for the story behind that is we painted it for an adult class. Because we'll do like adult evening classes, and we used to go to restaurants and bars. Oh, very nice. Very cool. I love it. No, I don't just have to say that. Yeah. This is looking really good. Very cool. Now, don't get crazy on me, but as you're working on these, not until the very, very end, but you can add small amounts of white and even smaller amounts of black if you need to strengthen some things. But be very, very careful. That's why I say save it for the end, because the black will overtake your picture really fast by accident. So I would focus on color and get your layers in, and then you can add highlights with the white and blacks if you need to add some strength. But that's normally the last step because it will blend together. You need anything. Yeah, it's usually the most popular one. I can check a couple spots, but we have know that. know where they are. I don't think they're over here. You got this under control?
Sure.
Seems like a good group. Maybe.
Yeah.
If these ones start acting up, you can just shut your screen.
I can just turn them off.
Yeah. I was acting 2 shakes.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies, don't give Tom too much grief. I'll be right back. I have to get some light.
My hands are really dirty.
Uh-oh. You wipe them off a little better? You don't want to wipe your eyes or anything with them.
No, but that's what I got from. I really did a lot of blending on the lake and the bluffs.
Okay. It looks
And
good.
Yeah. Because the lake is really murky water, so it's like kind of like bluey brown.
Okay.
So I added some green, yellow, green, and blue to try to make the bluey brown. Didn't
Well,
really work.
Well, it looks like it
more-
worked a little bit.
Looks less murky than I wanted, but and then
Okay.
I have a sandy beach in the background. If you can see that, see
Oh, yes, I can see it back there.
sandy beach, and then that little point there. So the big bluffs are Wisconsin, and then there's part of Minnesota.
Okay.
Surprisingly, there are a lot of islands on Lake Pepin and the Mississippi River.
Isn't Maiden Rock across from you, or is it up farther?
Maiden Rock is just a little way near Stockholm, like
Okay.
closer to Stockholm.
Then
Yeah.
to you. Okay.
About maybe 1 hour from us. But we went to Maiden Rock, and they had a zip line and a swing.
How's everybody else doing? All right.
Good.
Does anyone need to look at any pictures or anything? Have them held up or? All right. We're getting some light. All right, he's back.
Does anyone know what movie this is from? Peter Pan? It was like that movie, that Stephen King movie with the children with glowing eyes. Almost Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. Malachi.
Oh, it's a story about kids who live in a cornfield, basically. There you go. Yep, you're right.
Kids can live in a cornfield.
It is. Yeah, they just live in the cornfield and yeah. Oh, here's a good story about cornfields. Growing up, I had a friend. They had a farm in Cambridge, Minnesota, and there's a mighty cornfield. And the boy walked into the cornfield and he was doing something, and he came out. He had about 15 wood ticks on him. And my stories don't go very far, you see. So, careful with them wood ticks. Yeah, well, that's how we counted them all. His mom had to pick them out. I don't even remember why he went in there. All right, so how are things over here? Really good. Did you already have it? Okay, so what I would recommend Yep, so I would,
Hello. Good. It's about. It starts at 10 to
add more later.
11:30. This is an art one.
Okay, so it's a lot,
Yeah.
Okay, but these look a little bit too faint.
And then after, I'm gonna come
This looks
follow
really
you.
good. It just needs some more work. But the colors look great. I love your technique. There's just not enough material. Oil pastels are kind of, they're a lot of work. That looks really good too. So, don't forget about your sky. And all that sky up there. What? 1 second, 1 second. 2 seconds. Let me, yeah, you can use, yep, you can use like a yellow orange. That's fine. Yep. What's that? Hold on. Sure. I love how this turned out. And yes, you? Question? Yeah. Yeah. What I would say before you do that though, I would use black. You go over those.
Is everybody still drawing and working on their
Yeah,
pictures?
I would try to add some dark around there. It'll never go away completely, but a little bit will help strengthen it. Okay? And then do with this orange. This is the orange.
Bentley, how are you doing on your picture?
Start blending them together. Well, it's not just like a black line then. Okay. You kind of want to do that. It's like doing double duty. It's just a lot of work.
Do you want me to show you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, dear.
I'll find the page where.
This looks really, really good. So,
Nope. Nope.
you can add more on this.
Nope. And nope. Oh, here it is.
You're going to want to do not the same color, but you're going to want to strengthen this up too.
Okay, that's really nice. Nice use of the colors. You got all the right colors.
Yeah,
All right.
I used 4.
Okay, they all seem to be right next to each other, so you're using the right ones.
Yeah. I used a red, orange, a little orange, and I think a yellow.
Okay. Thank you. Molina, how are you doing?
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay, Ava, how are you guys doing? Oh, good choice. Green and blues. How's your assistant there? Did you do one too, or? Hold it up a little higher, please. Good job. Thank you. Candace, how are you doing?
This is looking really good. I would say for your sky.
Very nice. Nice horizon line, nice mountains.
Black.
Okay.
This yellow.
Is it Chanda?
Make a nice,
How are you doing?
hold on.
Did you have a picture for us?
Good.
All right, thank you. We've already seen Pippa. Roxanne, are you getting everything okay? All right.
Blue, like your sky.
Very nice,
Yellow.
Pippa.
And as you go up, less pressure. Okay, so towards the bottom, it'll be more pressure, and then as you go up, less. Eventually, do that number. Maybe if it gets too much, you can take lighter blue if you want, and come on a darker blue. You get some really cool blending.
Now I have to clean
Okay?
up.
'Cause this
Clean
looks
up now.
awesome, but the rest, it's kind of looking flat. I know if you for sure get the sky and add some detail to your cactus and stuff like that, yeah? And so it's just a process. So I just started with that same blue as you. I put some green down, yellow down here, and then went over it all with that light blue.
10 after.
Yep, thank you. So part of the fun with oil pastels is experimenting. Okay, now if you're going to start to layer different colors on top of one another, make sure they're the same, basically in the same color family. Meaning, if I had an area with the dark blue, you could go over some of it with the light blue, and it wouldn't turn it into mud. Okay, so you can add more than one color on top of each other, but just don't go with like two completely crazy colors. Sometimes it turns into mud. This looks really good. I would say for you, this blue would look really good in that sky. I would, with this, go horizontal.
Ava, are you talking to us? We can't hear you. Okay.
You can press harder with it. Great song. He's what they're cool. Another Gaston. That guy. Really cool. If you want, you can then add some light. You know, you don't want to get, we got some really cool movement here. This you could do thinner lines, just horizontal. It would be really, really neat. Bonjour. Cool. All right. So this is looking really good. What color is this mountain going to be? Something. Another Beauty and the Beast. Wow. No, it's just candy. I don't know why that's so funny.
So, watch a lot of Disney, huh, Mike?
Yeah, yeah, we have this on. I have this on VHS from when I was a kid, and then Jessica has it on DVD, and I think we have it on Blu-ray. Beauty and the Beast is probably my favorite. That or Aladdin. Be careful.
Question
Don't want to get.
Question
Yes.
from Olivia and Roxanne.
Okay.
Do these same tips go for chalk pastels as well, or are they a different thing altogether?
Yeah, it's basically the same. Chalk pastels are just a lot messier, but the same basics are there, all with layering and the colors. You don't want to go too crazy with them. You want to try to keep everything within the family, or it'll just kind of turn to mud. So, but yeah, basically the same. Yes.
You'll actually want to use a dust mat or a mask when you're using soft pastels.
I do have homework. I was just trying to find it just now because I couldn't find it earlier. So when I finished my drawing, I found it. You want to see it?
I would love to. Oh,
It's
cool.
my rainbow tree. I mixed
Very,
two
very
primary
cool.
colors to make the chunk and then made swirls. And then I mixed yellow and blue to make that. And then this is blue. So I just colored the whole thing. I made the tree and then colored the whole thing blue and then put on the yellow for the grass.
I think it looks great. You did an awesome job.
Olivia wanted me to show hers too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Very, very cool. These are awesome.
There's your
Wow.
Disney theme.
Yes. Very cool.
She did this sketch for it first.
Could
And
you
I
hold
was
that
like,
a little closer to the camera? Oh, for sure. Yep,
I
that's
was
really
like,
good.
that could totally be a Disney character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool. Well, thank you.
Disney or anime is it called?
Anime, yeah,
Anime,
Japanese
yeah.
animation, yeah. So it is just after 10:15. Keep working. 1 second here. But I'm gonna just-
10:15.
Huh?
You
Huh?
said 10:15.
Oh, 11:17. Sorry.
It's 11:17.
I was an hour and 2 minutes off. Anyway, tough crowd today. Ooh, if I had a tie on, I'd be doing this. 1 second. So, okay, now I'm really sidetracked. Oh, homeworky stuff. Same idea as last week. But I'll leave it up to you, guys and gals. If you want to stick with an analogous color group, again, 3, maybe 4 colors that are touching together on the color wheel, or just a tertiary color scheme. And remember, that's just a primary mixed with a secondary. So by that, you would do like we'll just say, for example, a yellow-green, but then you'd have lighter values and darker values, but only the one color. Okay. So again, whatever you'd like to paint or draw, that is A-okay, but just either the tertiary color scheme or the analogous. And it can be any medium. If you want to play around with the oil pastels more, that is perfectly fine. Yes.
I know I have a secret way to make brown. Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
Okay.
Red and green.
You are absolutely correct.
But be very careful. Don't get that.
But you can't put too much of each or it's going to make like a red weird color. So
Yeah,
you kind of
true.
have to put more equal.
It turns muddy.
Yeah, so you have to make it really good.
Very, very good artist. Are those Crocs? I've never seen Crocs like that. Very cool.
Normally I put down the green first, but sometimes I think I should put down the red first because it makes a better brown that way.
Yeah, you have to experiment to see what works best for you.
So. Do you see what I mean? How it looks finished?
What is two secondaries mixed together? What is that called?
Which one?
Two secondaries mixed together.
Two
What is that
secondaries
called?
mixed together? Mixed brown.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you have a yellow and a green. Oh, wait, yeah. So green is blue and yellow. And say you were going to mix purple, that's red and blue. So there's almost all the colors. That would almost make it brown. I don't know.
A brown or a gray.
Yeah, yep. I would say experiment with that. Yeah.
I'll try it right now and show you.
Perfect. Teach us all. So sign your name.
Purple
For those of you who are done,
orange.
sign your name. You don't have to, but in class you could. Sign it, not with that. Use the oil pastel to sign in the bottom right. Initials are fine. And then.
So that is my results of orange and purple.
Okay, that looks a little muddy.
When you're done, you can keep working if you're still working. Yes.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Yep.
Just use your initiative. So that's it.
The rest of you can still stay here.
So I wouldn't go like this. Okay. So just build your letters. Okay. So E. Again, build your letters. It's very hard to do that. All right, so sign your thing at the bottom right. If you do want to take the tape off, you can. Of course, but here's the trick. That might rip, so watch this. So, as you're pulling the tape, don't pull straight up, pull away from the picture. If you pull straight up, sometimes it rips the paper. If anyone needs help, I can help. If you're still working, keep working. That's fine. This is not from Beauty and the Beast. Yes.
It's from Toy Story.
From Toy Story. Did you just make that up?
No, I think it is.
It is.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, I'll help you out. That's really good. So now, for those of you who are taking the tape off, when you carry it, be careful. It might smudge on your fingers. Okay? That's fine. Pull away.
Where do I sign on my picture?
Yeah, this one is that.
You can sign it anywhere you want, but typically they sign it in the right-hand lower corner.
Okay.
And some artists will sign it on the left, but typically it's in the lower right-hand corner.
I'll get these two started then. I'm gonna silence this.
Actually, I'm going to turn mine on.
Ooh, that means my contact. Good. Uh-oh.
There is my picture, and there's the sign.
Okay, good job.
Looks like I find, doesn't it?
My name is Pippa Johnson, but my middle name is Alice, so
Okay,
it's PA is what I said. Signed.
that's fine. And then as you start becoming more and more of an artist, then people will identify you that way with that.
Yeah.
There you go. You got it?
Sometimes I sign J or PM
Awesome
because I have
work.
two last names.
Okay. Well, when you start signing your art all the time, Pippa, try to stick to one way of signing it so that you always are consistent.
Awesome.
There's a
Sometimes I sign it Pippa, but most of the time I sign it with my initials.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun if you can giggle. All right, so again, if you're still working, you can still work. If you want, you can finish it next week at the beginning. That's fine. If not, continue to clean up. Try your best to find every oil pastel. Load up your bag with your other art material, not the pastels. Well,
Okay, we're gonna close down class now and we'll see you next week.
awesome work, everybody.
Awesome work, everybody, and don't forget what your homework was, okay?
Can I show mine?
Yes, you can show quick.
We did 9, 9, and 5.
Oh, very nice. Good job, Ava. Nice.
So you could say,
Okay, we will see everybody next week. Bye now.
Bye.
nice to meet you.